This hall has seen so many great people. True beauty, whether expressed in song or in color, always springs from a person's inner qualities, their very nature. I cannot say that my work is done, that I have come to a final stop. We are live from Almaty. Our literary program begins. A newborn has entered the world with the first cry. Back in my first year of study, I met Shamsher. He started giving me the songs he had written. I never hid them or put them aside. I sent them straight to the radio. One of those songs was Kishikpi Kilim Dev Ying.
Содан одан шығып кетті. Bir 10 күннен кейін ауылға келсем, естен кірге.
The song was released and about 10 days later, I arrived in the village to see my mother. As I walked into the house, she started hugging and kissing me. I was surprised. What's the matter? Did you miss me? I was just here last month. It turned out that the song had been broadcast immediately as a new release. In the village, a loudspeaker hung on a pole by the local office. That's where people gathered to listen to it and offer their congratulations. My mother embraced and kissed me, saying, "May you be healthy and may you live a long life." Even if there are many praised children around, I wouldn't trade you for 1,000 of them. I will never forget those words.
Eski adam ılgı. Anam özü үйde неше түрлі мына текеметтердің, кілемдердің соны өздері қолдарымен жасайтын.
I have always carried memories of my mother. With her own hands, she created all kinds of felt rugs. I would watch the intricate patterns she created and draw them on paper. At the time, I didn't yet realize that these were more than mere ornaments. They were lessons in cultivating a sense of beauty, in learning to appreciate aesthetics. My father, too, was an artisan, meticulously crafting countless pieces of horse harness and saddles. Perhaps in all of this, the natural human inclination toward art and beauty revealed itself. I was always drawing and wanted to become an artist. True beauty, whether expressed in song or in color, always springs from a person's inner qualities, their very nature. This is my childhood home, my parents' house. I began building this small house while I was still a student, and it took me 3 years to complete.
салдым ой, бір жыл.
In the first year, I laid the bricks. In the next, I prepared the logs. And in the third year, I focused on ensuring my parents could live in a home with solid floors beneath their feet and a roof overhead.
Қолы бар, үсте шатыры бар үйде тұрсын деп.
Every time I cross its threshold, memories of those years when I was still young come flooding back as if it all happened just yesterday. In the mornings, driving the livestock to pasture, and in the evenings, bringing them back to the pen, I was always by their side, never a step behind. Nurgali Agha loved my village, and I took him several times to my village. He would sit with my parents, simple people, sipping the tea they made, savoring the moment, completely at ease, and then leave contentedly. Sometimes when he got tired of work, he'd say, "Let's head to the village." And I would think, I know his village, it's Uzunagash, down near Almaty. But when I asked, he would reply, "No, let's go to Dolanala." Nurgali Agha left an indelible mark not only on my art, but on my life. He and I shared a brotherly friendship for 51 years, a bond even stronger than family. He never once called me by my given name. To him, I was simply Nurgash.
Туралы атамайтын, Нұрғаш дейтін. Жұмыс бабымен біз о кезде той-тойлап қыдырып жүрмейді.
Back then, our work was not about performing at celebrations or weddings. We were sent on work trips for 1 or 2 months at a time.
Нұсқауымен егіншілерге
As part of a government program, we traveled to give concerts for farmers, workers on the virgin lands, and for shepherds living in remote, sandy regions. We would simply open the sides of a truck, climb on top of it, and perform. The elders would bless us with warm words like, "Safe travels, my dear," and that alone made us happy. Nurgali had a special trait. If he hadn't seen me for a month or 2, he would always call and say, "Where are you? Come quickly." And without a second thought, I would go. He would greet me with the words, "My dear one, my only one, you're finally here," and tears would well up in his eyes. He was also the only son in his family, just as I had grown up as the sole child of elderly parents in a small village. Despite that, we addressed each other with respect and together dedicated ourselves to serving our 20 million strong nation. Nurgali wrote countless remarkable songs and I performed them. I later discovered that Nurgali Agha had never met Muqagali Maqataev, so I introduced them.
Muqagali Maqataev'ti bilmeydi eken Nurgali Agha. Екеуін табыстырып, екеуін құшақтастырдым.
Muqagali and I spent a whole month working together at home, dedicating our lives entirely to songwriting. In 30 days, we wrote 32 songs, which were later performed by Nurgali and Baqat.
70-ші жылдарға жақында болу керек.
This happened around the 1970s. At 3 in the morning, the phone rang. I picked it up, and it was Nurgali Agha. Qadr and I are preparing a song for you. Come over, he said. When I arrived at his home, Nurgali Agha and Qadr Mirza Ali were waiting for me.
Тыңдаттым, ұнайма мұны. Сосын біреудің айтты мұна қайырмасын дұрыстап жасау керек.
They played the song for me, asking which version I preferred. I suggested refining the chorus, strengthening certain parts, and properly transcribing everything into musical notation. I said, sorry, the first version could have been left as it was, but since you asked for my opinion and I shared it, the work ended up taking longer. Then the late Qadr Mirza Ali said, if the people accept my song in this version, let it take my whole life. I'm ready to make 1,000 versions.
Ömrüm geçsin, ben daima oğan deydi. Halkım tamaşa kabuldadı, güçlü kabuldadı.
People received it with great warmth. Few songs have been written on this theme, and among them, Öz Elim holds a truly special place. When Kazakh radio and television were being established, he was performing as part of a duo together with Iskender Agha. At that time, they were regarded as the most handsome young men on the Kazakh stage, each possessing his own extraordinary charm. It seemed that nearly every girl admired them. Throughout the many years Nurgali Agha has devoted to the stage, he has never appeared unprepared, whether in his appearance or in his demeanor, a true testament to the highest level of cultural refinement. Along with this, he remains an exceptionally modest person. In all the time we spent preparing backstage, I never once heard him call himself great or demand special treatment. Instead, he always gave us his blessing, wished us success, and often reminded us through simple wisdom, be truly great people. This hall has seen so many great people. Alatao, performed by honored artist of the Kazakh SSR, State Prize Laureate of the Kazakh SSR,
Laureate
Nurgali Nusipzhanov. I remember standing here beside Nurgali Agha. He would give me a signal, and together with the orchestra, we would put on powerful, resounding concerts. would come out from that side and come down from this one. After the concert, we take Nuraga out through the palace's back entrance. By that time, a crowd had already gathered, devoted fans who had traveled from other regions, remote districts and villages. He has a loyal audience that deeply values his art. People take photos with him, and many ask him to embrace their children and grandchildren. Even after the performance ends, Nuraga stays with the audience for at least 4 to 5 more hours, engaging with them off stage. Concerned for his health, I once suggested that we would return home earlier, but he replied, "My dear, this is my unpaid duty. Without my people, who would I be? Even if I sweat or freeze, I am no greater than my people." At home, Nurgali Agha often says, "My people, my Kazakh nation, are my support and my strength."
Қалың елім Қазағым. Менің арқа сүйерім алталашым дейді.
Truly the love which Nuraga gives to his people is returned to him in equal measure. I am fortunate to witness this devotion firsthand every single day.
Жетіп келе жатқан адаммын.
After completing 10 years of schooling, I began working in a village, primarily in animal husbandry. 2 years later, I entered the conservatory and became a member of an amateur performing arts ensemble.
Талантливые юноши и девушки, студенты консерватории, воспитываются лучшими музыкальными деятелями Казахстана во главе с доктором искусствоведческих наук Ахметом Жубановым.
Консерваторияда оқып жүргенде сол Ахмет Жұбанов көкеміз бізге сабақ берді.
When I was a student at the conservatory, one of our teachers was the highly esteemed Ahmet Zhubanov, a man of exceptional education and deep intellectual breadth. During the 1920s and 1930s, Zhubanov played an active role in establishing the first Kazakh theaters and in founding the Kurmangazi Orchestra.
Соғысының талабымен, соғысының жігерімен Алматыда жаңадан ашылған көп завод, фабрикалар. Соның бәрін күнде олар театрға келіп жүретін жағдай жоқ.
Through his initiative and perseverance, the City Party Committee in Almaty, where new factories and plants were just opening, organized creative meetings for workers who had no opportunity to attend the theater regularly. Studying the history of Kazakh music, we see that the talented Kazakh people lovingly passed down their rich musical heritage from generation to generation. It later became clear how deeply meaningful all of this was. It proved to be the most powerful way of nurturing the Kazakh people, the entire nation, through culture. His devotion to his people and his homeland, his courage and his remarkable intellect became a true school of life for all of us. We did not study music merely as do, re, mi, fa, sol, nor were we confined to reading notes. Ahmet Agha taught us to understand who music is for and what purpose it serves. He prepared us to engage with and comprehend world culture through music. The results of this teaching were reflected in our own professional path. I performed concerts in 50 to 60 countries around the world. Figures such as Ahmet Zhubanov have always been and will continue to be essential to the Kazakh people and to our country. Ahmet would have turned 100. The sculpture of Ahmet Zhubanov, created in 1958 under a special state order, was made by Yevgeny Vuchetich, with whom Zhubanov shared a very close and trusting relationship. The work was not completed immediately. They met several times, and during one visit, Zhubanov performed the Kuy Qazaqstan at his home. Struck by the remarkable expression he saw, Vuchetich asked about the history of the piece. After Zhubanov recounted the story and performed the Kuy once more, Vuchetich immortalized that very moment in his sculpture.
Қазақ өнерін, қазақтың мәдениетін тұңғыштың шаңырағын көтерген осы ақан ғой. Кезінде сол
Ahmet was the first to lead the development of Kazakh art and culture. In his time, Nurgali Nusipzhanov was his first student, and as fate would have it, I became his last.
Өзіңмен жан құрбым қосылды тағдырым, қосылған қос өзен секілденіп.
Менің ән өнерінде, менің әнші ретінде де
In my career as a singer and performer, the esteemed Shamsher Khaldayakov played a significant role in helping me develop and reveal my talent.
Radioda жұмыс істеп жүрдім, музыка редакциясына мен енді басшылыққа қойған болатын, өйткені
At that time, I was working at the radio and was appointed head of the music editorial department, likely due to my conservatory education, performance experience, and extensive travels across the country, which kept me closely connected with the people. Shamsher Agha was living in Jambul at the time and later in Shymkent. Whenever he was working on new songs, he would occasionally come to visit once or twice a month.
He
would come with his sheet music tucked under his arm and hand me his new songs. I would say to him, Shake, the people who know us well come by every day anyway. We're constantly in touch. Why not send the songs with them? And Shake, in his gentle way, would reply, My dear, I'm not bringing these to show off my work as a composer. I have brought them to you as a family trust. To entrust something in this way is a great moral pledge, a responsibility bound by honor.
Kevdesi enge sığmay, jırga sığmay, deriğay jırga sığmay.
Әсіресе біздің заманда композиторларында
I believe that, especially in our time, it is essential for composers and singers to connect and resonate with each other. I had the honor of being the first to perform many of his songs, and above all, I have always received the blessing of the people.
Батасын алып жүрдім.
He has always been a paragon of Kazakh upbringing, faithfully observing traditions and customs, acting with fairness, and showing deep respect for the elders. People from a wide range of creative professions, including writers, poets, and actors, have been part of his circle. He has always remained gentle and tactful, never talking too much, indulging in gossip, or talking behind anyone's back. He is a person of exceptional purity of heart. His song repertoire consists entirely of Kazakh songs. During the Soviet era, new composers emerged, among them Kenes Duisekeev, Nurgali Nusipzhanov, and Shamshir Khaldayakov. He was the first to perform their new songs, bringing them to life with immense talent and soul. Hello, sir. How are you? Did you arrive safely? He is a person of remarkable integrity in his approach to art. Punctual and never missing a single performance, he has always been the epitome of discipline, meticulousness, and impeccable personal presentation. Truly an exceptional individual. Whatever song he takes on, he performs it at the highest level, infusing it with his distinctive beauty, rich timbre, and remarkable vocal range. Another of his striking qualities is his unwavering devotion to his craft. From his youth to the present day, he has maintained both his form and his mastery. You will never see him carelessly dressed. He always appears polished, with every garment perfectly pressed. When I was asked in an interview which of our great artists I would like to sing a duet with, my answer was the esteemed Nurgali Nusipzhanov. In 2025, by the will of the Almighty, we celebrated the 50 years anniversary of his artistic career, while many of us had been on stage for 30 years. His name has been familiar to me since my earliest childhood. He is the same age as our father. Since we were little kids, our parents listened to artists like him, and by looking up to them, we were shaped into the individuals we are today. Perhaps this is how we found our way into art. For all performers on the Kazakh stage who follow in his footsteps, he stands as a true mentor. A look through our archives reveals the depth of his contribution, the many songs he has left behind as an enduring cultural legacy.
Сағындар саялаған деу туған жер, сағындырған саржайлау.
Осынша уақыт мен жағандай бір жоғалтқанымды тауып іздеген.
All this time I have been chasing what I lost and seeking what I have longed for. Yet, what I have truly realized is that Kazakh song and Kazakh art are lifelong teachers, guiding both the young and the old.
Кішіге де өмір бойы
They cultivate the best in people, including their humanity, love for one another, and affection for their homeland.
қасиетін, адамның бір-бірін деген махаббат.
Nothing else compares to this. I have been singing for 70 years. I cannot say that my work is done, that I have come to a final stop.
Еш нәрсе жетпейді. 70 жыл ән салып келе жатырмын. Мен бәрін бітірдім, тоқтаттым деп айта алмаймын. Өйткені мен әнге, өмірге ғашықпын. Оларға бір
I'm in love with song, in love with life itself.
оған арым бармайды.
I have no right to stop. My conscience would never allow me to.
Ән өнері.
True beauty, especially the beauty of Kazakh musical art, cannot be confined to one person. It goes beyond one individual's dream. Therefore, it must grow, evolve, and flourish throughout life. And I must serve it for as long and as fully as my strength will allow.
Қанша күшім бар.
I have spent 70 years traveling across the country, performing concerts for my people, which is no small feat.
Айналайын жолың болсын.
I received blessings from the elders who would say, "My dear, may your path be successful, and may your work for the people bring great benefit." From this I learned the most important lesson. The good that one does, especially for the younger generation, is never in vain. I was fortunate to be born in a good era.
Өмірдің бір жақсы кезеңінде туа қалған екем. Өмірімнің көп бөлігін Димаш Ахметұлы Қонаев.
And I spent the great part of my life under the guidance of Dimash Qonaev.
Өмір сүрдім. Димаш Ахметұлы бір кездесуде үйінде отырғанымызда маған
Once during a visit to his home, Dimash Qonaev said to me, "Nurgali, I still cannot figure out what kind of person you are." I looked at him and replied, "I honestly don't quite understand your question." He went on, "I have known you for over 40 years. In all that time, you have never asked me for anything. No help, no favors, nothing at all. What kind of person are you?" "I know you well. You come from a simple family, you work day and night carrying our party and Komsomol assignments, and you have a large family with children. I know all of this." The greatness of this man is reflected in his constant concern for his people, for their well-being, and for people like us, our children and our families. I still think about this to this day.
Парктың идеясы басыма келгенде, мына жердің мына ауылдың бас жағы мына жерде не егін егілмейді, не картош екпейді, не ешқандай не арпа бидай егілмейді. Соны көрдім де мына жерге осы бақ егіп тастау ол идеясы.
The idea for this park came when I noticed that nothing was being grown on the upper part of the village. No grains, no potatoes, no barley or wheat. Therefore, I decided to plant a garden. The village is called Dolanala, and as I walked around the mountains, the name Dolana came to mind, which means hawthorn. The tree grows all over the world. Although its fruits are small, it is well adapted to the natural environment. So I brought it and planted it on the upper part of the park, exposed to the wind, thinking this is a hardy tree, and placed it along the perimeter of the park. When Nuraga is alone at home, he often admits that if he hadn't become a singer, he would have chosen the path of a biologist. He is remarkably close to nature, sensitive to its hidden and mysterious laws. I believe he can truly be called a child of nature. He often visits the garden he gifted to his land, his people, and his native village. Every summer, he comes to his small village of Dolanala, one place he would never trade for any foreign country. As he draws nearer, his emotions reveal themselves. Tears rise in his eyes, and a deep love for his homeland is etched across his face. This garden is like his own child, a gift left to the soil that nurtured him. A man of the steppe, raised among mountains and stones, he walks all 15 hectares of the garden as though in quiet conversation with every tree, branch and fruit, sharing his thoughts and sorrows. To witness this is profoundly moving. He is a man of remarkable gentleness. The hawthorn tree appears to set an example for the trees brought from the city, from the arboretum, as if telling them, grow as I do. I wish to share this understanding with the village residents and school children. To plant trees and to love nature is to love life itself. Those who truly appreciate the value and dignity of nature treat every plant with care and affection.
Парктың башағында долан ағашы өсіп тұрсын. Ары қарата әр саққа жүгіртеді.